YouTube channel. If you're just meeting me for the first time, my name is Ifeoluwa Ulowofela, and on this channel I share everything about health and lifestyle. Preventive health, most importantly, yes, and for lifestyle I share everything that can affect you as a physical man, spiritual, maybe sometimes educationally, emotionally, socially. On this channel, we're about the complete man. Yes, I mean holistic, the complete kind of man. Yes. So, in today's video, I am going to be talking about migrating, or how to migrate from Nigeria to Canada as a nurse. Yes, and I'm going to be dwelling most importantly on how you can find your feet here in Canada. What you expect, what are those things you expect, what are the hurdles you expect to cross, yes, on your way to becoming a Canadian RN or a Canadian LPN. LPN means licensed practical nurse. I'm also going to be answering some frequently asked questions that I know people have asked me sometimes before now. I have actually been waiting for the perfect moment to do this video, perfect weather, perfect dress, hair, the perfect phone, but I just feel okay, people have need for this information and I should just share it regardless. So that's why we're having this video, and it will do me a lot of good when you click on the like button, you share this video, you subscribe to my channel, because this video is going to really benefit a lot of people. Trust me, I wish I knew this information before moving into Canada. However, I thank God for the grace of where I am today and for where He is taking me to. So right about now, we're going to be dwelling into the main agenda of the day, but don't go nowhere. It is still Nozufela Health and Lifestyle YouTube channel, and very much for staying true. Now there are three basic routes, or that I know for now, by which you can migrate to Canada. One of the routes is via marriage, which is what I did, which is what I used. My partner, my very sweet and amazing husband, filed for me. It means he has been living here, working here. He also did his master's here, and we got married and all of that. I shared the story already. You can check my YouTube videos to see our amazing love story and how we met on social media, Instagram precisely. Yeah, so I'm gonna drop the link to that video below, just in case you wanna, for your viewing pleasure, and it's a very nice one. So my partner filed for me, and that was how I started my journey into community. That's one of it. If you have a partner here, let's say a man or a woman who loves you, who is willing to file for you. Now the process can take, for some people, I do not mind, did not really take time. I think mine took months. So for some people it took years, some it took 1 year, some it took 2 years. But expect the best always, that it wouldn't take time for you to be able to move into Canada with your partner. Now the second route is educationally. Educationally means you're coming to Canada to read, to study for your masters, for your PhD. Yeah, masters most importantly, because a lot of people have done their BSc most times before gaining access to come to Canada. Or even if you want to come and do your BSc, it's welcome. It's a welcome idea. Now what you have to do is get a school, search online, because in the course of the fact that we make videos, we still need people to make their own research. Go check online, look for the available schools that you can go to. Look out for their requirements, submit the requirement they need from you. But the basic information I'll be sharing with you is that Canadian standard requires you to have at least $10,000 in Canadian dollars, please, plus your tuition fee before you can even, that's after you've gotten the admission, before they can even consider that, okay, you're going to be coming. Because so many people have admission, but they do not have the tuition fee, or they do not have the requirement, which is the fact that you should have $10,000 in your account, at least $10,000 in Canadian dollars. However, you can find people to loan you this cash, have it, they let the government verify. After their verification process, you can always return their cash. I know people do that a lot, but at least you must have somebody who is willing to do that for you. Now when you get here, how do you want to survive? You can survive by working. You're allowed to work 20 hours per week as a student, and when you are in session. But when you're off session, during breaks and all those periods that you are free to yourself, you're allowed to work the normal 40 hours per week. Now that is for educational aspect. You can read more, about it. My husband also came here initially via education. He came to do his master's here, and then when he did so, usually when you're done with your education, you'll be able to process your work permit and process your permanent residence. So anytime you hear me or you hear people talk about I just want to adjust my chair. Or you hear people talk about PR. PR means permanent residence. So when you have gotten that, you are liable to stay in Canada for as long as you wish. Then after 5 years of getting your PR, you are going to be writing the citizenship exam, which makes you to become a full citizen in Canada. Now, this is the only difference between you, the person that has a PR, and the citizen majorly is the fact that the person with a PR like me cannot vote. But somebody with a citizenship can vote and be voted for, maybe, I don't know, but can vote. Yeah, so that's the schooling route. Now, the third route, which most people find tedious, is a PR route. That's the express entry route, which still gives you the PR. The express entry route still gives you the PR, but the express entry route can be a little bit, tedious because it requires you to have some point. And if you are above 35 years, please don't even try express entry because your age also matters. The qualification you have also matters. Somebody that has a BSc and somebody that has a master's or somebody that has a PhD, they do not get the same point. Somebody with a master's, of course, gets more point than somebody with a BSc, who is looking forward to do the express entry. So the more education you have acquired, the more points you have. Also your age. If your age is increasing, your points are dropping. Those are the basic information that I have about PR. And I also know that before you can say you want to have a PR or you want to do a PR via express entry, you must do IELTS General. So IELTS is another aspect that cuts people off, that makes them get tired. But you can't give up, It's a dream that we want to come true, right? It's a reality you want to achieve. So you have to keep pushing. Yeah, so you have to get to do IELTS General. After doing IELTS General, and then you are about to start your educational whatever it is that you want to do. Now, this is general, not even talking to nurses. You are still going to probably be required to do IELTS academic for the academic part of your life. That means settling down in Canada and working here fully. Now, I'm going to also share some link on some people who dwell majorly on immigration to Canada. My channel is health and lifestyle. Your lifestyle also has to do with where you live, what you want to do better for your life, and that's why I'm sharing this information. Now to the main agenda. I am a nurse and I love nurses. Yes, so whatever information I have that can assist nurses, I am willing to share. I'm going to be dwelling into the nursing aspect now, but we're going to go for a quick break. Just in case you have not subscribed to the channel, I'd like you to use that one to subscribe. It's just going to be like in seconds and I'm back. Click on the subscribe button, share my videos, help me. I share quality information all the time. Nurses, let us talk before I start this long talk, because I know it's going to take a while. And please, I want to beg you, this is not one of the videos that you watch and you skip and say, what she's saying, let me quickly go to let me shift it small to true. We take time to watch series and we don't forward any part of it. So if you know that you really want to come to Canada, you are really keen and interested to migrate to Canada and work here as a nurse, and you want information on how you can, settle down here, gain your grant here in Canada, this is not a video you want to be forwarding. No. This is a video you're going to sit down with, maybe while you're doing something, play it to the end, take a jotter if you want, or you can come back to watch the video over and over again, because I'm going to be sharing with you my journey and I'm going to be telling you what to expect at every point in time. Before I dwell in fully, let me just sip my It's going to be a long day. Nurses, for your own sanity, I repeat, for your own sanity and for speed of your processes, please start your application processes from Nigeria. Immediately you're almost through getting your permanent residence or your work permit, as the case may be, start your NNAS assessment from Nigeria. Now, NNAS is the body that you're going to start your evaluations with, and we'll go into their the last email that I got from them. I'm going to be reading it to you straight from my phone now because my laptop is upstairs. I don't want to stand up from here, so that you can hear it by yourself. Then we'll move from there. Once you start your NNAS processes from Nigeria, it saves you stress in the sense that I have seen people in Canada here already, and those that are not even here. I've heard the stories more than 3 times now that tells me that the reason why I'm not yet practicing, at least as a licensed practical nurse, because that is usually the first thing that most RNs start with here in Canada because of the complexity of the processes, yes, is the fact that their names were misspelled. I personally started my NNAS processes from Nigeria. I went to School of Nursing, looked myself. I had a good representative go to Babcock for me, and I make sure that all forms were proofread, as in were done very well, because you are not going to have access to those forms. Once you have printed directly from NNAS website, you are going to send to your schools, the various schools you have attended. Like me, I went to School of Nursing first, then to Babcock University. So I had to, send forms to those schools separately. You're also going to send forms to your employers. Now, if you have I work in 5 places, 4 places, please look for one of them that is reliable, most likely a private or maybe a government that you know that you have people that can work things for you, because government hospitals, they slow down processes. Yes, so ensure you oversee your evaluation process yourself. Once you have gotten the, what is it called now, your the document from NNAS to your school, they are going to send it back to NNAS. They're going to be at the email address, everything will be provided for you. Some people say they send via email, but I didn't. I sent via courier. Now, courier means you're going to be spending more money. I think I prefer the courier one, but if you know you want to use the email route, you can also try that. And ask now, because NNAS is very responsive. You can ask, I'm going to drop their emails, you can ask them questions and they will get back to you. Now, your transcript, most importantly, tell your school that whatever you were taught, even in School of Nursing, they come to tell us that, okay, this thing is not even in your curriculum, but we're just teaching you so that you people will know it. Tell them that thing must be added to your NNAS assessment. Maybe they will attach it somewhere as in like a summary. Sorry, I just want to get my baby's food. Maybe like a summary of what I'm not so full. Maybe like a summary of what they actually taught should be added to. What is taught? It should be added to the your NNAS document, because the reason why I'm saying this is most times they tell us that what we're bringing from Nigeria, that's the document we're bringing from Nigeria, is not equivalent to what they are teaching their students here as nurses, grooming them as nurses. Yes, so it will really help you when you submit all those small things that were taught, because it can add to your point. You're going to get a percentage grading at the end of the day, which is going to tell you comparable, not comparable, or somewhat comparable. I'm still going to break that down. Yes, so it is very important that you tell them to add everything. In fact, if it's A, they should add everything you were taught and that was not in the curriculum, because you are going to be required to send your curriculum also with your document. Yes, I had to go to Yaba myself to get the curriculum for my year. Remember, I started School of Nursing in 2010, so I had to get the one for my year, and I sent it with my NNAS document. So that means there were things that were even taught. I couldn't see the DDNS, so I think it affected my report to come out. So that I could tell them to add those things that were taught in class that were not in our curriculum. Now, aside that, for employers, make sure you stick to one employer. Because if you stick to multiple employers, it means that you're going to have them multiple times send to courier. If you're going to be using courier, you're going to spend more money. Imagine employer A, employer B, employer C, because you're the one that will pay for those courier services. Though they are the ones that will send those things on your behalf to NNAS, but you are going to have to pay for them. So if you use one employer, stick to one employer, it is relatively better for you. So that NNAS can also assess your, because imagine if I have hundreds of pages to look at, and if I have 10, then that means I'm going to do 10 faster than I'm going to do 100. So that is how it will be easy for NNAS to grade you, like one employer than having to go through 4 employers, right? Because you need certain hours too. Before, I kind of forgotten the hours right now, but remember I said NNAS is very responsive, but these are the basic and the most cogent information that you would need. Now, once employer is done and everything has been, so still on the employer issue, make sure that the employer you're using is not the person you've had issues with in the past. The reason why I'm saying this is because in the course for the tautology, in the process of my journey, I had to message my employer maybe more than 5 times or more than 10 times. Yes. But because it was the first employer that I worked with in Nigeria, Dr. Chris Otigbo, thank you very much for your support, for everything. I will message this man because there was a time that either NNAS or CANA or was it CLPNA, I can't remember which of the body, told me that they want my employer to give them my job description. So what I did was he told me to prepare it myself. He's going to append the signature, he's going to correct, so he corrected it and I had to send to them. So you're going to need a lot of things from your employer. That's why you need an employer that you are cordial with. Pari passu kind of employer, not the employer that has been eyeing you before and you did not agree for him or something has happened before. You go and use it for NNAS or for CLPN. You will delay yourself because he will not append the signature on time. Now I'm going to be going into NNAS website to read what I got from there, because I had to send them a mail. I have a group now for internationally educated nurses in Canada. I had to send them a mail to make some inquiry. Now, I'm going to read it out to you, like no filter, nothing. Thank you for contacting NNAS. Please make sure that you only use a laptop. It says ensure you use a computer or laptop to upload properly into our system. It means you already know what that means, right? Yes, so go to www.nnas.ca and scroll down the main website till you see download the applicant handbook. Would you please review the handbook as it states all the requirements and protocols? We ask this because NNAS does not have a refund policy. You're going to be paying over $800 to NNAS, so there is no refund policy. That means you must do it very well. There is no, I want to take my money back because I don't want to go through this method again or whatever. So please ensure that you're prepared to complete the application. So the first thing you should do is to review the NNAS handbook. Very crucial and important. There is no way you will not read. I know people don't like to read. Reading is hard, right? Especially when you're reading to get information, something that is not juicy, is not gist lover. or Proco blog, Insta blog. You don't want to read, but you have to. Even when I come to give information, I still need you to make some inquiries yourself. I still need you to read, right? So once you have reviewed the handbook, please go to apply at the top right hand corner of the www.nnas.ca website and hit apply. You will fill in the full application and make the payment of $650. Now $650 means that you should be paying more in Canadian dollars, because US dollars has more value than Canadian dollars, right? Because US dollars right now, Canadian dollars should be $1 to 450 naira. US dollars should be maybe about $700 or $800 to $1 Canadian dollars. So that means you're going to be paying more if somebody is paying for you in CAD. Yeah, depending on currency and exchange rate, they may be higher when charged to a card through your bank system. I just said that. Please take note that for payments, we only accept credit cards in Visa or MasterCard. You have all your friends that you have been ignoring. Now start making friends with them because they may be the ones that have these credit cards that you're going to use. It does not talk to me with a boning. Sometimes you just need people, not because of relationship alone, because I'm just going to round up quickly as much as possible because my time is running and I have family commitment to attend to. So once you have downloaded the forms, I'm going to leave a link below in the description box that is going to kind of give you a step-by-step guide on the NNAS process. So once you have downloaded your G forms and everything, ensure that you are filling for both LPN and RN. That's licensed practical nurse as well as RN. Yes, this will give you a better chance to start practicing as an LPN first, at least, pending while you wait for RN. So what I will do in the part 2 of this video is that I'm going to start from once you get here, what happens, what you expect to get from NNAS, the kind of report you expect to get, how you can balance up starting as a licensed practical nurse, jurisprudence exam, CPRNE exam. We still have a lot of info to talk about. So this is going to be in bits and in stages. I'm going to try to do a continuity so that we can easily find the video. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm taking a whole lot to do this. I had to prepare dinner for the family before coming upstairs to round up this video and all of that. Subscribe to my channel, share this video. If you have questions, drop them for me in the comment section. I'll be sure to get back to you. My name remains Ifeoluwa Olufela. Bye for now.